All right, shalom, shalom, always. Yeah, well, I wanted to get on here today and talk about something that was on my spirit because it's very important, and that is, the rearing and raising of our daughters in this generation that we're living in. We clearly know, uh, and we see in society today. Let me make sure that I have. Okay, we can clearly see in society today uh, what's happening to our daughters of Zion, to our women in society today, uh, and we've seen it over the past 10 years, and probably even beyond 10 years. But what I wanted to focus on is the past 10 years and what we've been seeing when it comes to uh, the development and the overall decimation of women today in society. And I don't think that this is a problem only with Western uh, African American or Hebrew or Black women. This has infected all cultures from east to west. I've been looking at videos of so called leftover women that are in China. And these Chinese women are not getting married. The men are checking out. um, you're seeing in the Philippines, but this is the Far East China. You're seeing in South Korea. You're seeing the overall disintegration of male female relationships. You're seeing the total destruction of families. You're seeing uh, the total the decline of the birth rate in these Western countries, and it is all going back to iniquity just running rampant. And the women today, who this modern day feminist movement has literally destroyed women today, where they really think that they can be just like men, act like men, run the streets and hot girl summer and all this. Now, again, this is a worldwide problem now, and it's pretty sad. And so when I focus on just my people, um, we see it the worst. We see it the worst. And if you want to know who Yah's chosen people are, just look at the curses. And if you look at the curses, you'll see that even our women line up perfectly with the curses. Uh, you had a situation out in Atlanta where um, this beauty supply store goes out of business, and you have a slew of homosexual men and African American women out there clamoring to get these free wigs. Now we know that these weaves, these eyelashes, these fake BBLs, it is pretty much consumed this generation. It's very rare that you find a woman today that's not wearing fake hair, fake eyelashes, um, um, uh, uh, fake nails, loaded with makeup all on her face. Um, it's very difficult to not run into a woman that does not fit this criteria. Tattoos all over their bodies. And, it pretty much it's a shame, and it's very very disheartening, especially for those who are looking to get married. It's pretty bleak out there. It's pretty bleak out there, and I mean, I was of the mind, especially when deliverance was first preached, um, that you can get a woman and that you can get some deliverance session and she would change, and but I found out throughout the years that if a reprobate mind has a woman has a reprobate mind, and if she's been through all types of trauma, She's been through dozens of men. She's grown up in a broken home. 9 times out of 10, what I've seen personally, being on the spiritual side and understanding the deliverance, understanding healing, and also seeing the degradation of our women today. That the vast majority of them are gone. They're just whacked out of their mind, and this doesn't pretty much help. I mean, could you imagine being a productive man? I know, and shout out to all of the productive men out there. Shout out to all of the men who get up and labor with their hands and or just provide for their families, because we have an epidemic of men that's getting on YouTube and all they want to do is YouTube videos. They don't want to get up. They don't want to provide for their families. And a lot of these men, they claim to believe the scriptures, but when the word clearly says, if a man don't work, a man don't eat. And we have an epidemic of men that's getting up today, and all they want to do is they do this, and all they want to do is they want to gossip, they want to slander, they want to trade words, and I'll call them out. So these folks, like, I don't care who they, the Brainwave and New Breed and Ringo, Raw Dog TV, all of these are pretty much jokes. It's pretty sad, and I'll call them out flat out, because all they do is get up and gossip and trade words back and forth, but they don't edify anybody. They don't. They add nothing to the body. So I want to give a shout out to all of the real men that are out there, that get out there and they get out there and provide for their families. Because if a man don't work, a man don't eat. But we got plenty of men getting fat, and they just don't seem to work. Yeah, I mean, you can tell a lot of man about a man by the company he keeps, but also but the man of and how in which he provides for his family. And me personally, if I don't know if a man doesn't tell how he provides for his family, that pretty much means that he's a bootlicker. He's not a productive man. But going back to what I was saying, um, the woman is destroyed in society today. If you just see it, even out here in the country, uh, it's pretty much sad to see the so-called African American, and Hebrew, or black woman in society today. They all look the same, pretty much. Weaved up, multicolored hair, tattoos all over their bodies. And I tell you, man, it's pretty sad. I mean, they're gone. They're pretty much gone, and the point I was trying to make is that if you're a productive man, like, I've been working hard all week, and I show it, and I show and prove. And could you imagine coming home after a hard day's work, and have to deal with a deliverance session after deliverance session after deliverance session, correcting and correcting, because these women are just topped off with demons. They've been through so many men and been through so much molestation and trauma. And I tell you, me personally, I decided a long time ago I ain't got time for it. I ain't got to. If another man has time for it and he wants to deal with all of that, then that's all fine and dandy with me. But me personally, I really don't have the time for it. Because I've come to find that it is a complete waste of time. Because when somebody's doing that, it's like, when you're dealing with a woman, that's her DNA has been altered by so many men. It's a sad deal. It really is a sad deal. And so this is why I wanted to talk about what I'm doing to be a part of the solution, because we clearly understand what the problem is. And people can get up here and they can talk about the problem all day long, but very few men are out there that are implementing the solutions. And so, what are the solutions? I have the father has blessed me with three sons and three daughters, and those three daughters, I try and focus on them and their emotional development, the fact that I try and show them as much as possible that they're loved, that they're beautiful, that they are naturally beautiful, that they don't have to do anything whatsoever to augment how they look. They were all born out in the country. They don't have any vaccines, or we don't put perms in their head or anything like that. They're 100% natural, and that is the solution that I'm talking about. So, what I wanted to do is I want to know, what I do when it comes to daddy daughter dates, because it's so important to have our daughters understand what it means to be treated like a lady. And this is why I like to document this kind of stuff, because it's so important for us as men to not only talk the talk, but walk the walk, and show fruit in these areas. So, what I do is I ensure that my daughters are loved, that they're well taken care of, and they're provided for, and they got plenty of activity, and so one of the things that I do is dad daughter dates, and I instituted this with my first daughter. But these are just some of the pictures that I have a daddy daughter date. This is my middle child, Araya. And I took her to a nice fancy restaurant, and this is what I all do. And I show them receipts, and this is what I'm showing. I'm showing receipts of and this is the last one of the last daddy daughter dates I did. I put on one of my nice fly tailor made suits, and she we dress up, and we buy a nice brand new gown, and we get a head covering, and I take her to a nice fancy restaurant. This is another one of my daughters, my eldest daughter. And I took her to a nice show, and that's what I do. I take them to dinner, a fancy dinner. I take them to a show down at the Carson Center, Paducah, Kentucky, and we go out, and we'll buy some candy, or we make a night of it. And I tell you, I spend all this dresses. The dress that you see, this dress right here, this dress was bought for this night. The head wrap, the covering, the shoes, and everything was bought for this night. The you see the playbill right here. We saw the symphony, and I took her to a nice fancy restaurant. I'm gonna show receipts. I'm gonna show actual pictures of what it means to make sure that we are raising our daughters to such a high standard that they know what it means to be beautiful, because their father tells them that they're beautiful, and that they don't need any kind of makeup or hair, or fake nails or anything like that to look, because they are naturally beautiful. Um, as you see, look at my daughter. This is my youngest daughter. Her name is Judith, and I'm telling you, man, nice, beautiful dress, and again, I put on a nice tailor-made suit, and I got my nice cowboy hat going on and stuff. But see, this is how we took, and I took her to see a Blues Clues concert um, at the Carson Center. And one of the things that I also did with her is I took her to Chuck E. Cheese. So this was a whole night, and I must have spent between Blues Clues tickets, dinner, candy, her dress. You see, I bought a dress. You see, that her dirty date, and see. So I took her to Chuck E. Cheese as well, and we had a good time there. This is what we do. You see that beautiful dress, her head covering. This is us at Blues Clues. You see the concert. I spent $250 on them tickets alone. So you see, these are some of the things that we do. And you see, and so I take these pictures, I put them out there, and I'm an introvert, but it's important to show how we treat our daughters, how the standard is being raised so high, so that they ain't gonna be linking up with no bootlicker. And I'll tell you, I've made the personal choice and decision that if my daughter's got to go to one house and be up under the leadership of one good man, it'd be better for them to be under the mediocre headship of three separate men. And I'm dead serious about that. Um, but you see, this is what we do. This is how we live. And so she'll know what it means to have a good time. You see that? You see that? That was just dinner for me and one of my daughters right there. See, I show actual receipts. Show actual receipts. You see? and that's me have my steak and she's having her drink. And see, this is what it means to really show her what it means to be treated well, to be treated like a young daughter of Zion. Now, everybody can do something different with their daughters, but I mean, me personally, I try and raise the bar so high, so that they know what it means to be treated very well, because they're going to be going from my house to their husband's house. There ain't going to be no stopovers. And so, therefore, they're going to know what it means to be the highest level, high value Hebrew women. Because in this day and age, the scriptures clearly say, who can find a virtuous woman for her price is higher than rubies? Our modern women today, they don't know how to take care of a damn house. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean. They don't know how to read. It's just sad. And the reason why they struggle so hard is because they didn't have a father and they didn't have a mother in their house. And I tell you, it's pretty sad, but we got to break these generational curses. And this is how I'm doing it personally. You see, she had to be able to, draw as we went down to this nice fancy restaurant. You see that? Now that was my drink, and that was a virgin drink for her. Okay, because she's gonna grow up to be a virgin, and the first man that's gonna touch her is gonna be her husband. You see that? So that's a virgin daiquiri drink right there. But she really enjoyed herself. I mean, this is what daddy daughter date looks like. And then I took her we go ahead and get some junk food, some candy and stuff at the candy shop. And she really enjoys doing that. Now, took her and, we just had a beautiful time. We had a beautiful time. And so, I mean, this is what we do. This is how we treat our young daughters of Zion. Look at just how beautiful and radiant she is. I mean, just raising her to be a young lady, a beautiful young daughter of Zion. So this is just one of the daddy daughter dates. I mean, she's just so photogenic. She loves to take pictures, and these videos and these pictures are going to be out there for all time for her to go back and see. These are gonna, it's gonna have these pictures gonna just have a lasting impression on her because she's had a father that gets out there and gets after it, and that produces. And so this is how I provide for my daughters. This is how I provide for my family. Um, this is how I treat them because they are worthy to be treated very nicely. And so that when they go to their husband's house, they'll know what it means to be treated with respect and honor. They'll know what it means to tend to a husband, because that's how they're going to be raised. That's how they are being raised. And you see, she's just naturally beautiful. Look at her hair. I mean, just naturally beautiful. Why would I want to tell her that she needs anything else other than how she looks in order to be pretty? She has pretty eyelashes and pretty eyebrows and pretty lips and pretty hair. Why would she have to need anything else other than that in order to feel or look pretty? She's naturally beautiful. She's naturally beautiful. So this is what we're talking about here. Let me show you the second. Listen, this is how I took my middle child, and that's my middle child, Araya, right there. You see how much money I spent? You see that receipt right there? Do you see that receipt right there? How much I spent on my eldest daughter? $181 for dinner alone. And I took her to Cynthia's, and then that's the receipt for my other child, Araya. You see, you know that they're real receipts because they're different amounts. I took my eldest daughter to a place called Cynthia's, and she had a great time. And then I took to, where did I take her to? It's another place, but you see how you see how I treat my middle child. See, she knows what it means to be treated well. That's my eldest daughter. We had dinner, movie, dessert. This is the one where I spent $181 on or just this dinner alone, and then we want for the symphony and everything. This we want to see Shrek. And so what we do is we find out when there's a nice symphony or there's a nice show that they would be interested in, and then I plan a date around that. And this is again at the Carson Center in Paducah, Kentucky. Now we went to the symphony. That's my oldest daughter there. So you see the venue. You see we're in the same place. It's just a different time because you see the difference in my suit and everything. But we want to see Shrek on this event. And then on this event, we want to go and see the symphony. And she enjoyed herself. That's my oldest daughter, you see? And say I treat them all the same. She got a chance to go, and we went and got her toys, and we went to the candy show. So what we typically do is we go and take them to the candy show, the candy place. I take them shopping to get some toys. You can see right here. I'll take them to dinner, and I'll take them to a show. So we start our evening about probably like 4, and then we end it at about 10 o'clock. And that's the time that we get home. See, I take them to Chuck E. Cheese as well. And so I spent $500 easy between all of these events and stuff, at least $500. See, this is the Bridges Company. This is why I took her to for Daddy during the date to dinner. We spent about $113. You see there? See, she knows what it means to be a young lady because that's the way her father treats her. Like a young lady. You see? Class. And again, that's a virgin drink right there. I ain't get my daughters all lick it up, okay? So you see that? I had me some wine and she had her virgin daiquiri. You see, we had dessert. Teach her nice etiquette. You see that? You see that? Dessert and everything. I mean, she just had a beautiful time. She's going to remember these events. Because see, if her father's not gonna treat her like a little princess, if her father's not gonna treat her like a young lady, then who else is? And who else is she's gonna learn it from? See, this is the actual receipts. This is the actual proof. See, it's the same Carson Center where we went to go and see Shrek. And I tell you, every time I go out with my daughters, whether it's going to the mall or going out, we get compliments 100% of the time. I said we get compliments 100% of the time. Again, I'll say it for the third time. We get compliments 100% of the time when we go out into the public with my daughters. That is just a fact because they see holiness, they see set apartness, they see well-mannered young daughters of Zion, and they give honor. You see? A beautiful time. And me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going, but $300 boots. See, I ain't got time. You see, real men ain't go out and buying a whole bunch of damn sneakers. I mean, it's amazing how people going out and buying Jordans, you grown ass men. It's a shame. This is what real men use. Wear boots. We wear boots, cowboy boots. $300 cowboy boots right there. I mean, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Intermission. We want to hang out. That dress we bought for that night. She picked out her own dress. That's in front of the Carson Center. I mean, just treating our young dads. See, the problem is today is that, again, a lot of these sisters, they don't know what it means to be treated well by a man because their fathers wasn't in their lives. They've grown up with all throughout type of trauma. And so all they know is trauma. All they know is controversy. All they know is hurt and pain. But when you raise your daughters right, set apart, away from the craziness of society, they'll know what it means to be honored and respected and loved and cherished. See, they don't know what it means to be molested. They don't know what it means to be starved. They don't know what it means to being a chaotic home where there's a whole bunch of arguing and fussing and fighting. They don't know what it means because they don't experience that. You see that? I love these. So I take them out in the field where my daughters and the flock is in the back. You see? Isn't that beautiful? I mean, you take care of your teeth, gentlemen. You see that? It's just beautiful. On land that's paid for, living set apart. Who could be against that? See, this is the living example of what I'm talking about. You see that? Isn't that beautiful? I mean, this is just what it means. This is what it means to live set apart, to raise your daughters. And see, this is the kind of work that I do. You know how much people pay to get that fixed? See, that's good work right there. See, that's before and after. I mean, that's just some serious work. And that's what one of my apprentices right there. See, we got to pour into these young men. We got to pour into these young men. You see that? See, this is actual fruit of developing young men and working with young men and loving young men and giving young men opportunity so that they can learn real skills. See, a lot of people, they'll get on YouTube and Facebook, and this is all they'll do. But they can't show you any fruit. They can't show you any kind of pouring into anybody. What does the scripture say? Once yourself is converted, you go and you strengthen your brother. You don't see them doing that. You see a whole bunch of talking today. You see a whole bunch of yapping today. You see that good work? You see that though? See, this is the kind of father that they have. You see that good work? You see all that? You see all that? That's good work right there. Before and after pictures. What did the scripture say? Huh? What does it say? Deuteronomy 28:4. Blessed shall be in the fruit of thy body, in the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the increase of thine kind, and the flock of thy sheep. Now, did I make that up? Or is it the word? And it shall come to pass. What does it say? This is the word, not my word. This is the word. And it shall come to pass, if shall hearken diligently unto the commandments which I have said to you on the day, to love the Lord with all and serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. Thank you, sweetheart. Bring me my homemade ice cream. See, we don't buy that ice cream. See this homemade ice cream right here. You see that? Damn ice cream so damn poison this day, it ain't funny. And to love the Lord and serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. That I will give your that I will give you the rain of your land in due season, and the first rain and the latter rain, and thou mayest gather in thy corn and in thy wine and in thy oil, and I will send grass in the fields for thy cattle, and thy must eat and be full. Isn't that beautiful? See, it's one thing to read it, it's another thing to live it. Bust shall be in the basket of thy storehouse. Man, you know, we got a full storehouse. The Lord shall command to bless thee in thy storehouse, and in all thou settest thine hand onto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God hath given you. See, this is the word. It's one thing to quote it, it's another thing to live it and show the fruit of it. To show the fruit of it. Huh? That's my flock. Isn't that beautiful? Is that not beautiful? These are the activities to do. That's my son. That's my young son, Joel. These are some of the activities that we do. Isn't it beautiful? Blessed to all the men that got seed, that's gonna go forth, and that you got male seed. I'm just a blessed man. I mean, I tell you, man, we just have a good time. We do it up out here. It's just a beautiful thing to be able to raise your sons and your daughters to be set apart. See, this is what we need to be doing. Blessed all you men out there that got sons, so that your name may carry on. But I tell you, man, I mean, this it is about. And we go out as a family all the time. I mean, this is you see these dates. You see these dates. We go out all the time and have a good time. This is what we do as a family. This is how I treat my daughters. Oh, shucks. Mm. You gotta stock up on your deodorant, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a prepper also. Blessed in the labor of your hands. I built that. I built that lean too right there for a client. Paid me very good. You see that? We got too many vain talkers. We ain't got many doers though. You got a lot of people that's gonna talk the talk, but few men that's gonna walk the walk. I tell you, look at that nice, healthy, young lamb ram. I mean, just robust and healthy. My son and I out see dirt work, running pipes for the land. You see, running pipes for the land, getting the of the cabins. See, I had to cut in there. You see this real skills, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do. This is how we live set apart. An abundance of A's. I mean, I tell you, man, I mean, I just go on and on and on planting a rose garden. I can go on and on and on. By their fruit, you shall know them. See, it's nothing like coming home to a good home cooked meal. You see that? You see that? I mean, I tell you, man, people don't realize, how good it is. See, that's the pantry that I built. You see that backsplash in the wall in the pantry and stuff? That's what I did. I built all that. See, this is the kind of man that they have. See, my son, he's saying his father. See, people you see them deer? Those are two deer. They were shot at the same time by me. You know how much skills it takes to shoot two deer in one setting? See, that's 1, 2. You see right there? 1, 2. You see there? You see there? That's the proof right there. 1, 2. You see how big that deer is? Boom, boom. Real skills, baby. Real skills. This is what it's all about. It's about showing and proving. It's about not just damn running your damn mouth. You see how handsome I is? Oh, he handsome. Yeah, you just saying it. No, he's a good-looking boy. Look like his father. Huh? Blessed all you men out there that got seed that so that your name can go forward. You seeing a brother today? I'm telling you. His son looked like a handsome little boy. You see there's an increase right there. That's the greenhouse that I was the chicken coop that I was building. Make sure you're taking your daughters to making sure you're taking your daughters to the dentist. Make sure that y'all doing those dental appointments. Because I'm telling you, man, just because you live in set apart, that don't mean that y'all don't need to go to the damn dentist. They're gonna know what it means to be loved. They're gonna know what it means to be cherished, and because that's the kind of environment that's conducive to them. Little hardworking little girl. You see that? I mean, she's just a little fashionista sitting out there. Yeah, I got a little fashionista for a daughter. Look at her. I'll be shocked. 3 years old. 3 years old. My eldest daughter going out, I tell you, we get compliments 100% of the time. I kid you not. Every single time we go out this house, my daughters get compliments. Learning how to shop. Learning how. You see that? Taking them to the dentist. High-end restaurant. You see that? You see how much money I spent that night? Huh? Daddy-daughter date? That was just on dinner alone. How many women out there today, they can say that they got a man that's going to take them out and spend $181 on dinner for them? How many women today can profess to that? Our women ain't even got the class today. I'll tell you, it's sad. It really is sad. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, just treat it like a lady. How many sisters out here could say that they got a man that's going to treat them like that? Just even in the class, that venison bacon we eat. I'm taking them down 2 at a time. You see that? That's on a separate account. That's not the same date. If you look at the date, eating good. It's my bar collection right there. See, I like the top notch. You see that right there? I drink the good shit. Why not? I work hard for it. Nobody ain't giving me nothing. So you know how I got? You know how I paid for this? I ain't get it off the back of somebody else. I ain't take somebody else's money and buy it with somebody else's money. I bought it my own. Anybody know how much a bottle of Patron or Don Julio or Martell or Avion costs? You know how I earned it? That's how I earned it right there. That's how I earned it right there. You see that right there? That's me right there. That's how I earn what I got. It's amazing. These bootlickers get up on camera and all they do is run their damn mouths. But they can't show you an ounce of work. See, that's a working man right there. You see that? You know, it really is sad and pathetic when a person will get up on social media and pass off somebody else's work as their own. It's sad. It really is sad. Wood stoves, yeah. That's how we keep warm because we ain't got a mortgage here. We ain't got a heating bill here. We ain't got a water bill here. We ain't got a car note here. We ain't got a food bill here. That's how I'm able to do all of this stuff because I'm not inundated with a whole bunch of damn bills. I live free. One of the cabins. See all that work? Yours truly. Yours truly did it. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on about what a real man is and what he produces. So that grown by yours truly here. Fence post set up, building a fence for a client. That's how I provide for my family. I can go on and on and on. See, this is how I provide for my family. Huh? That's how I do it. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Huh? They're in their room with their bunk beds and everything. They do a terrible job of keeping it clean. Keep on them on that. But you see, I'm talking about my boots, huh? Real skills, real skills, real ability. This is how we grow. This is how we produce. More real skills. I mean, I could just go on and on. But this is why it's so important to document these things. This is why it's so important to show real fruit and real increase. Because a lot of people, again, I'll keep on saying it, they'll get on social media and they will front like they ain't never fronted before. You see, my daughter understands what it means for a real man to work because she comes to work with me. That's her actually helping me do a project. You see that? See, she'll know what a real man is because I'm a man that works. You see that? See, this is our daddy-daughter date from that time. You see that? 8 years old. I mean, just a classy night. A night of class and elegance. See, and again, the reason why women choose lesser men to be with is because they're lesser women. Because see, when you get with a real man that knows how to really know how to give this level of treatment to a woman, then she got to act right. See, a real man ain't gonna spend this kind of money on some old Jezebel ass woman that thinks she's some type of woman when she ain't shit. It's a shame. So they can't deal with a real man because they ain't have a real man as a father. That's why they gravitate towards these bootlickers. That's exactly why they do it, because a real man ain't gonna tolerate dishonor, disrespect, going back and forth, arguing, fussing, and fighting. No, we ain't gonna do it. And this is why they always get with these lesser men simps. Because a lesser man simp, he ain't gonna treat her like this. No, he ain't. No, a lesser man simp is not going to treat a woman, a hood rat like this. Because number one, he ain't got it. And these dudes out here, they living off, well, they can't live off the backs of others no more. So they got to scam. Naturally beautiful. Naturally wonderful. We got so many compliments that night, it wasn't funny. Being treated like a real lady. That dress was purchased for that evening and that evening alone. See, we went to the symphony. You see how this is showing and proving? Other people get up and claim and this and that, but they can't show shit. I'm a big time carnivore. You see that? You see that tomahawk steak? See, that's something called stone steak. And with some Glenfiddich, 15-year-old. Yeah. How did I earn it? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that beautiful set. Look at that fall beautiful set. I'm looking forward to the fall. Just look how beautiful that is. I mean, this is how we live. How do I do it? Because I'm a real life shepherd and a carpenter. Isn't that beautiful? See, when we raise the standards and our young daughters design, they know exactly what a real man is because their father's a real man. Their father is not a damn yapping talker, bitcher and moaner on Facebook and on YouTube. He go out there and he get after it. Take them to their appointments. Take them to their dentist appointments. Making sure that they keeping it tight. This is what real fathers do. Look at all that work. This was custom work right here. See why it's taking so long for these pictures to show up. That's my wood stove. That's that custom work right there. That's all done by yours truly. See, real skills. You see that? July of 2022. Been doing this for a couple of years now, working with this young man. You see that? You see the actual evidence of me doing this. But you got a whole bunch of people that get out here and they get on Facebook, and they get on YouTube, and they make a bunch of damn claims. You see that? They make a bunch of damn claims. You see, doing more subfloor work, pouring into a young man. I mean, just a ton of work. Look at all that work. This is happening for my family. This is what we do. Knocking them down year after year. I mean, are you people getting it? Are you people getting it? Not by their words. I tell you, man. But you folks out here today, you'll fall for the yopa-dope. You'll fall for these people that get on Facebook and YouTube and they'll talk you half to death. And they'll claim all types of things. I tell you, man, it's sad. It really is sad. It's a real unfortunate thing. It's a real unfortunate thing for people to fall for the yopa-dope, to fall for people who talk, but don't, who make all types of claims, that they're this, that, and the third. But when you look at, you can't look at the mannerisms of the lifestyle. You can't. It's all on Facebook. It's all on YouTube. They can't do it. They got nothing but words for you. Not by their words, but by their fruit. You shall know them. Huh? How many times we got to hear that over and over again? These bootlickers get up and murmur, gripe, and complain, and bear false witnessing and accuse. And I tell you, man, it's this effeminate spirit that we got going on today. It's a damn shame. And people eat it up. They eat it up. They soak it up. You better get around and network with people that's about it. Not people that's gonna get on YouTube and Facebook and murmur, gripe, and complain. But when you can't look at the mannerisms of their lifestyle. You can't see any kind of pouring into anybody. You can't see any kind of work. You can't see any of it. You can't see any of it. It's sad. It really is an unfortunate thing. But hey, you're going to have the majority of people that are just going to be duped and deceived. That's all they're going to do. That's all they're going to do is be duped and deceived, because that's all they know. That's all they've grown up to do is be duped and deceived. That's all they know. That's all they can soak up. It's amazing. People get on Facebook, get on YouTube, and all they do is complain. All they do is rehash the same thing of the past. Listen here. You see anybody that's doing this kind of stuff, this is not what men do. Men get after it. Men produce. Men get it done. Men don't murmur, gripe, and complain. No, we don't. We make it happen. That's my place. You see what I'm saying? This is what we do for ourselves and our families. We produce for ourselves and our families. We don't complain. We get after it. happen. We build. We produce. Bless all the men that's producing this family. So it's like the sheep, you know what I'm saying? They like to show they fat, pregnant asses. That's what they like to do. Huh? Little babies running around. But see, this we produce. I just now gave a couple of Israelite brothers, man. I gave them like 80 eggs out of that thing. Or this chicken coop that I built. Load them up with eggs. Gonna see them again. On load them up. I got so many eggs. I ain't got no what to do with. Gonna load them up with some more eggs too. Got an abundant supply of them. Again, blessed all you brothers out there that's leading, guiding your families, and I hope and pray that the Most High give you sons and daughters, because that's what He said His blessings are. But I tell you, man, you know what I mean. You want to be wicked, the Most High, He'll take it from you. He'll deprive you of it. But it's a blessing to see, I'm saying, just a handsome young man. I mean, people they bias and stuff about, hey man, I produce some beautiful children, man. I'm worthy to be duplicated. And y'all confirm it that it's a blessing at 3 sons and 3 daughters. Isn't that beautiful? So this is what we're talking about here. I just wanted to review that, because this is what this is about. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we do, is to show, this is when I got married, me and my wife and my daughters. They asked, where were they? Where were they? That's what my daughters asked. They said, where were they when we were getting married? Where were y'all? I said, you was in my nut sacks. That's where you were. I ain't telling that, but you know what I'm saying? They wasn't born yet. See, it's married before you carry. And see, this is what we do afterwards. See, to give them the example, you see, we put it in book form. You see how we do it? We put it in book form so that she can remember, so that she has the example of all those pictures. You see that? So we have the documents. We have the living example that she can go back and look at them. Because what if the internet goes down? Huh? That's why it's so important to have pictures. So that she has the living example. You see? Isn't that beautiful? And I got one for my other daughter here. You see? This is how we do daddy-daughter dates. This is how you properly do it. You see? Receipts. You see that? So that she knows. And we're going to have more daddy-daughter dates as well. But you see, we do booklets. So important. Now, you don't have to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? But the idea is that it's a beautiful thing to dress them up and they're looking all pretty and adorable. And hey, you see that? See that? Just in case Facebook go down. You get the point? This is how you do it. So that they have the memories. And as a matter of fact, we're going to be making a whole lot more booklets of these. I'm going to tell my wife to start picking out some more pictures so that we can do more of these. Because it's important for them to see and understand what it means to be loved by their father and to be honored. And so that they ain't going to put up with no riffraff. But they ain't got to worry about it because I'm going to be personally overseeing the transition. And it's no other man's on the face of planet Earth's responsibility for me to officiate and oversee it than daddy. Right here. Right here. It's my job and my job alone. Because she goes from my house to her husband's house. Are you getting it? It's your responsibility. Man. This is how we do it. What we got Leah. We had that situation going. Rachel and Leah. How'd that situation go down? Huh? How'd that situation go down between that husband and that father? Huh? We got to duplicate these things. But if you don't know what a real man is and you ain't leading God in your house, then I mean, it's a sad deal. It really is a sad deal. But I'm gonna call it a night. I got to get up and I got to work. I got to actually produce for my family. And this is what a lot of people ain't doing today. And it's sad. And you folks listening to them. If a man don't work, a man don't eat. I read that somewhere, but you see functionally. People believe certain parts of it, but they don't believe other parts of it because when you look at their life, it don't represent that at all. There's no living example. It's a damn shame. You got men out there calling themselves elders and preachers and teachers and pastors and bishops and all this stuff, and they ain't got no damn job. It's a shame. Nor no way to provide for their families. But I'm gonna take it down for the night. Like I said, I got to get up and work and produce. And I also have some videos of that showing tomorrow as well. Getting some beautiful work done. Working with Israelites. It's nothing like working with other Israelites. To get some projects done and put some Federal Reserve notes, or in this case, some Kasef in your pocket as well. But we're going to be talking about all of this because it's important to share. It's important to talk and share these things because we need the living example. We need to show people how it's done, and it can be done. That brothers can live together in unity, that brothers can work together in unity, that brothers can come and bring our sons and daughters together and build houses and build businesses. And we need the living example. We need less of people getting on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, doing videos, talking and running their damn mouth. And we need more brothers actually doing it. That's all I'm concerned about in this day and age. Brothers that's actually getting it done. For you brothers out there that's actually getting it done and building and doing what you need to do with your house and building business and getting free from this system. You stay encouraged, you stay blessed because there's so few of us. I mean, there's just so few of us. And I tell you, it's a sad thing today. But the reality is because these sisters have not been raised by real men. Real men are just not desired in this day and age. But we got the prophecy that says that that's going to change. And I tell you, man, boy, is it going to change. It's just gonna come to pass. All of it is gonna come to pass. Prepare your houses. Make sure that you are producers, because the tide is gonna turn. But it seems that this damn wickedness and these wicked ass women, and it is just sad. It really is sad. But the tide is gonna turn Stay encouraged, stay blessed. Raise your daughters right, love them, teach them and show them what loves is, document that love, encourage them, tell them that they're beautiful, so that they don't want to be running around with 3, 4 baby daddies calling themselves princesses and calling themselves goddesses and all this other bullshit. Um, it's sad. It really is sad. Just don't let your daughters be one of these ran through whores, unconverted minds. Anybody convert their minds. Anybody can get it right, but the vast majority, they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. And this is why we have to be the living example for our daughters. We have to be the living example so that we can break these curses, break these generational curses. But I'm gonna get after it. Y'all stay blessed. Shalom and good night.